Houston Texans on the road at the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm not, just so you guys prepare yourself, this is the actual spread. I'm not misspeaking here. This is 2.5 in favor of Houston on the road against the Baltimore Ravens, with a total of 40.5 to 41 out there. So if you have not seen what's been going on this week with Baltimore, guys, they're injured everywhere, up and down the lineup. I mean, the Wednesday injury report came out, had 13 different starters that were at least listed on the injury report. Now, of course, that could mean limited and all this stuff like that, but it does not look like we're going to get Lamar in this. Obviously, that's a huge hit, but then you start tacking on the defensive guys and offensive linemen and all these things. Next thing you know, you have the Houston Texans, one of the worst offenses we have seen through the first 4 weeks of the NFL, favored on the road by nearly a field goal. This is juiced at circa to -115. Like, we're heading to 3 at circa right now in favor of the Texans.
It's an absolute disaster. You go back and look at this Ravens defense. 7 of the 11 players that were expected to be defensive starters for them coming into the season are either out or likely to be out of this game. I mean, Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, Nate Wiggins, Roquan Smith, Odafe Owe, Travis Jones. We already know Matabuke is on IR for the season. Just devastating. And then offensively, you think, how could it possibly get worse than missing Lamar Jackson? Well, Ronnie Stanley's questionable. Yeah. One of the best left tackles in the NFL is possibly going to miss this game. They've been without their fullback, Patrick Ricard, who I know it's a fullback, but he's an important part of what the Ravens do from a protection standpoint, from a blocking standpoint for the run game. I think it's a big reason that we've seen Derrick Henry not look quite as good. Obviously, he's a year older, but he just doesn't have the people in front of him clearing out space for him. So it is just an absolute devastating and depressing spot for the Ravens. You and I talked last week about how if the Ravens lost to the Chiefs, we'd be talking about betting Ravens futures today. Not happening.
Not after all. Not with half the roster on friggin' IR.
No.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I really don't want to put a fork in the Ravens this early, but unless they get Lamar Jackson back next week and some of these defensive guys, my gosh, it might just be over here for the Ravens. At the same time, how do you trust this Texans team? I mean, the offense is just laughably bad, and as many people are missing from the Ravens, they should still have enough pass rush to take down probably one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen in my life. I mean, there was that highlight going around where they had 5 offensive linemen blocking 1 defensive tackle while CJ Stroud was getting killed. I mean, it's just a joke. It's a literal joke at this point for Houston in terms of that line. So I was thinking about maybe an under, but there's just so many question marks about the Baltimore defense. It's just an absolute mess. And even the Houston defense, if Derek Stingley's out, they should be able to stop the run, but the passing game, again, it's Cooper Rush. So I just feel, I mean, I don't know if I sound crazy right now, Matt, but I feel crazy right now. So lean towards the under. Happy to let this game go.
Yeah, it's an interesting deal where I've obviously never coached one single game in the NFL, so this is just me assuming how this is going to go, but it's Cooper Rush at quarterback. I'm not losing to Derrick Henry in a week in which Lamar Jackson is out. And so if you're Houston, Noops, again, don't you just stack the box. You got a great front four on the defensive side as it is anyway. Don't you just stack the box and say, okay, Cooper Rush, if you can beat us through the air, then so be it. We will lose to the Baltimore Ravens without Lamar Jackson. But like, we're not losing because Derrick Henry ran for 165 yards and 3 touchdowns or whatever. Like, it's like I'm going in here with the sole focus of Derrick Henry does not beat us. If Cooper Rush beats us with his arm, with all of these like B-level receivers that he's got on this team, then so be it.
Oh, absolutely. If you're Houston, that's what you have to do. You look at this Baltimore team, Cooper Rush is not going to be throwing the ball. And with all due respect to Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins, who are probably better at being wide receivers than I am at doing anything, they're not a great wide receiver core. You're not really afraid of any of them taking the top off the defense. So if you're Houston, I agree. If you're D'Amico Ryans, we're just going to keep the game in front of us, stack the box with 7, 8, maybe even 9 guys. And if Cooper Rush beats us, Cooper Rush beats us.
And Cooper Rush did not beat a whole bunch of people when he did have opportunities to start in the NFL so far. One of the worst quarterbacks we have seen in a while whenever he was able to get some action out there. And, it's always a scary thing to bet against Derrick Henry, but boy, there is, 85.5 out there right now. I mean, FanDuel's sitting 88.5. right now as far as rushing yards. I know the volume is going to be there for Derrick Henry. I just don't know if the efficiency is going to be there. Again, given how I would defend this team, I would assume that the assumption of rational coaching is you stop Derrick Henry and make Cooper Rush beat you. I don't know. It's always scary to take an under on Derrick Henry because he can break one. I mean, even at his age and as big as he is, he still has breakaway speed and can like get a huge splash play. But I think I'm going to have to play the under 88.5. And, if I get beat because he has 33 carries in this game at, 2.8 yards per carry, then, I lose that bet too.
Yeah, it's a great angle. It's something I like quite a bit. I mean, 88.5, that's pretty high for the way he's been running anyway, let alone in a situation where he's got no quarterback behind him and no real help.